Today we're talking about one of the most underrated players in the NBA. And no, it's not one of those underrated guys who already gets loads of media attention. I'm talking about Cam Thomas. Yeah, that guy on the Brooklyn Nets who can drop 40 points like it's just another Tuesday but barely gets any love. We're about to dive into his journey, his stats, high school days, and why he's still flying under the radar despite putting up crazy numbers. Let's start with some backstory. Cam Thomas wasn't one of those players who just popped up out of nowhere. He was a high school star at Oak Hill Academy, the same Oak Hill where legends like Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Durant played. In his senior year, Cam averaged 31.5 points per game. That's right, he was a scoring machine even as a teenager. Thomas's journey to Oak Hills wasn't typical either. Born in Japan where his mother was stationed for the military, he moved back to the US as a child and was raised in Virginia. His love for the game and relentless scoring ability set him apart from his peers. By the time he reached high school, he had an almost obsessive dedication to improving his shot and getting buckets, which helped him stand out at Oak Hill. During his time there, he became known for his work ethic. Coaches and scouts quickly recognized that he was different. His dedication to refining his offensive game was paying off. By the end of his high school career, he was a 5-star recruit, ranked as one of the top shooting guards in the 2020 class. Cam's success at Oak Hill led to a scholarship at LSU, where he continued his rise as one of the best young scorers in the game. Now, for his season at LSU, he averaged an impressive 23 points per game, leading the team in scoring and demonstrating his offensive powers. His ability to score came from various areas on the court. He was effective both beyond the arc and driving the basket. Thomas' shooting split for the season was notable, as he shot around 40.6% from the field and 32.6% from tray ball. Thomas was definitely recognized for his individual achievements, earning first-team All-SEC honors and Freshman of the Year in 2021. He was definitely known for his ability to perform in clutch situations, often stepping up in critical moments during games. His most memorable performances definitely came from the NCAA tournament, where he scored 27 points against St. Bonaventure in the first round. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. That just showed pretty much that he could handle high pressure situations. Despite only spending one season at LSU, he definitely left an impact. He was putting up numbers that only NBA ready players pull off, but for some reason he fell to the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA draft.
With the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Cameron Thomas from Louisiana State University.
Fast forward to his rookie year with the Nets in 2021-2022, where he didn't get much of a spotlight. In 67 games, he averaged 8.5 points per game, playing around 17 minutes a night. But that 8.5 points is on limited minutes. In games where he got more run, Cam would explode, like when he dropped 30 points in a comeback win against the Knicks. Even with Kyrie and KD on the roster at that time, Cam still found ways to score. Now let's talk numbers, because numbers don't lie. Cam's scoring rate per 36 minutes is right up there with the young stars like Jordan Poole and Tyrese Maxey. But here's the wild part. Cam's doing this with way fewer minutes and barely any plays called for him. Just pure hooping. Now last season, Cam wasn't just proving a point. He was out there proving everyone wrong. Bro was averaging 28 a game, shooting over 55%, and that's all-star territory. And yet the Nets were barely giving him shine. I mean, Cam was out there pulling up from everywhere. Threes, mid-range, at the rim. Cam's like, y'all want points? I got points. In my opinion, if Brooklyn just hands him the keys, he'd be an easy 20, 25 plus point scorer every night. And guess what? He's doing that exact same thing this season. This season, he's averaging 28.2 points, 44.3 from the field, 35.3 from the three. This goes to show this man is literally a walking bucket, but gets no recognition. He's a consistent bucket getter. As simple as that. But we'll get back to that later. So why is he underrated? Or maybe a better question, why is he not getting the recognition he deserves? For one, the Nets have had their fair share of drama. KD, Kyrie, Ben Simmons. It's always something. There's always a storyline that overshadows Cam. Plus, with cases like Mikal Bridges and Nick Claxton, Cam often gets overlooked as just another scorer on the roster. So what's next for Cam Thomas? Well, he's already starting this year. He's a walking bucket getter, so I'm not really sure. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why he doesn't get the media coverage he deserves. And if they build a system that plays to his strengths, there's no reason he can't develop into a top-tier shooting guard, which he already is. And to be fair, players like Devin Booker and Bradley Beal had similar paths. They were scorers who just needed the right opportunity to show that they could just be more. If Brooklyn is smart, they'll give Cam that chance, and he's just waiting for his turn. The Nets need offensive firepower, and Cam really does provide that. Last year, I was thinking he could be the perfect complement to Bridges' defense and Claxton's inside presence, and he's literally doing that this year without Mikal Bridges, but you get the point. And I was going to make a video on Mikal's shooting for him because good God, what are we doing? Brooklyn has a special talent there. If they don't start using him, some other team will, and they'll probably turn him into a star. I mean, if you just watch that Bulls game where he dropped that 32 points, Even on the Hawks game as a Hawks fan, that dude cooked us. He went off for 36 points, showing his ability to dominate the game. He was incredibly efficient, hitting 14 of 27 shots and nailing 7 of 13 for beyond the arc, which highlights not just his scoring ability, but his knack for hitting crucial shots when it matters. In the matchup against the Bulls, Thomas dropped 32 points. He showed off his skills with a mix of aggressive drives to the basket and clutch shooting. He went 11 for 23 from field and 4 of 11 from 3. Not to mention his free throw shooting was on point as well. Then there was his performance against the Bucks, where he matched the Bills' performance with another 32-point game. He was crucial in keeping the Nets competitive, hitting 10 of 21 from the field and going 2 of 8 from deep. This kind of consistency in scoring makes him a valuable asset for the Nets as they go through the season. Thomas's gameplay reflects significant growth in decision making. Against the Nuggets, he scored 26 points, but what stood out was his efficiency and ability to get good shots. Although he did go 8 of 22, it was still a good performance. But his understanding of when to take risks and when to play it safe is maturing. Even though he is a little bit of a loose cannon, he still has a pretty high IQ when it comes to basketball. Again, he's just literally a bucket getter, and it's so fun to watch this dude. Overall, Cam Thomas's early season stats and performance show that he's one of the most underrated players in the league right now. As the season progresses, it'll be exciting to see how he continues to evolve and impact the game for the Nets. And last year I was saying this kid's going to be good, like he's going to be a star. But I think he is on the rise despite everything else, and I think he's going to be something special. But sooner or later, people are going to start really calling for more content on Cam, because I have a good feeling he's going to get traded and he's going to become a star on another team. Not to mention his contract ends this year. So who knows? I'm excited to see where he goes. But look, Cam Thomas is the most underrated player in the NBA. You cannot change my mind on that. It's hard to argue otherwise. The stats, the skill, the mentality, whatever. Cam's got it. This dude is a walking bucket. It's time for the league to recognize my boy. It's literally right under the Nets' nose, and they ain't doing shit. This guy's been putting in the work. The stats are there. He's clearly ready for more. And look, my final thing is, if Brooklyn doesn't step up and start building around Cam, which they should be doing, they're going to regret it when he's dropping 30 on them as a starter somewhere else, because his contract does end this year. Anyways, y'all, that's the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Drop a like, get me to 100K, and yeah, I'm out.